Another week, another episode for The Last of Us. As of now, my impressions have not changed, as the show still manages to stick to the source material while taking new approaches in certain aspects of the story. However, given some pivotal scenes have greatly deviated from the game, this has caused me to be concerned, which I will elaborate later on in this video. The episode starts off with a flashback in 2003 at Jakarta, where the virus originated. One of India's top doctors is then called to study the corpse of one of the first humans who got infected with the virus. After finding out that the virus is beginning to spread beyond control, she arrives at a horrifying conclusion to bomb the capital and anywhere else that the virus emerges, as she believes there is no cure or vaccine to combat the pending threat that is about to engulf the world. This is a great addition in my books, as the games never comprehensively covered the origins of the cordyceps virus. The episode then transitions to where the previous episode left off. The following morning, Ellie awakens to discover that she is being monitored by Joel and Tess after discovering her condition. After witnessing Ellie has indeed not turned into an infected, despite the bite mark, while also revealing that she is the key to procure a vaccine, hence why she is highly valued by the Fireflies. Joel and Tess argue whether to push through with the agreement or return Ellie to the QZ and find another means to retrieve the battery they require. This is a stark contrast to the game, where the pair had a slight disagreement and simply pressed on in the middle of the night. All in all, I do believe this is a more realistic approach from that of the game, as Joel and Tess are more understandably prudent here to ensure that Ellie is indeed telling the truth, rather than simply believing her word in the game. After traversing outside the city, which also serves as Ellie's first time beyond the confines of the walls, the trio end up in a hotel, where it is discovered that Ellie does not know how to swim, which is in line with the first game. There was also a subtle moment where Joel and Ellie begin to bond, albeit in a not so friendly demeanor, which is natural at this point in the story. They then reach the top of the hotel to get a bird's eye view of the path they should take, only to discover that they stand between a large horde of infected that has emerged from deep underground. This is where my one of three concerns arise. It was revealed here that the infected share a common network, so alerting one is alerting many more of them within a certain unspecified proximity. My issue with this is that shouldn't one alert already trigger the infected of nearly the entire country, given their large numbers all throughout? Or was there a detail that I missed out on? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. After witnessing what they are up against, they decide to go through the museum and have a chilling encounter of a very familiar foe for those who have played the games. It is none other than the clicker. I do greatly approve that added nuance in the introduction of the clicker, as Ellie never encountered one before. Joel and Tess had to explain to her its attributes in a subtle and silent manner, but ultimately still alarmed them due to her inexperience, which is a very realistic direction, even if not necessarily better to her video game counterpart. This scene was easily the best part of the episode, especially to those who have never played the games, as the tension kept me at the edge of my seat, despite already knowing what will happen from the games, because for all I know, some changes may have been made, which they most definitely did, but not a change that I expected. Which leads me to the second out of my three concerns for the episode. Very contrary to the game, after eliminating the clickers, the team discovers that Ellie has once again been bitten, and coincidentally in the same spot as her first bite. This is a major shift compared to the game, because if Ellie got bitten once again in the game, this results in a game over. Out of the museum, they eventually arrive at the meetup point with the Fireflies, only to discover that they are all dead due to some of them being infected, resulting in a fight with those who are not. This is a nice touch, as this scene was never explained in the game, as it only presents that all of the Fireflies were dead for unknown reasons. Much like the game, after Joel argues with Tess to give up on the mission, it is revealed that she has actually been bitten in the museum during their fight with the clickers. Tess then beseeches Joel to take Ellie to the Fireflies, further west, as Ellie's immunity is indeed true in comparison to her bite mark, which is visibly beginning to spread rapidly in comparison. Contrary to the game, one of the infected corpses in the floor turns out to still be alive, causing Joel to fire his gun, alerting most of the infected in the surrounding area due to their network as explained earlier. Tess then makes one final stand in the museum to ensure that Joel and Ellie get away safely. In the games, Tess faces off with Fedra troops in a shootout leading to her death. In here, however, it was the infected that ultimately causes her demise, which leads to my final concern, as the infected implanted Tess with fungi, as she was trying to light up the explosives to decimate the nearby infected along with her. I am personally uncertain what the implantation implies later on, but I am still not sure if this is a good deviation from the game or not, as I believe getting bitten is sufficient enough to indicate infection. My theory is that the implantation is a form of evolution of sorts, similarly to the other infected that will surely be encountered later on. My guess is this is an improvision of no longer spreading the virus through inhaling of spores, which is the case in the games. Overall, I still recommend The Last of Us, as it delivers exceptional storytelling and fleshing out details that have just been breezed through in the game. Hopefully my concerns will once again be laid to rest in the succeeding episodes. What do you guys think? Did you like the second episode? Sound off in the comments section below. And if you have made it this far, thank you. And do subscribe if you like the content. And as always, have a great day.